Is it on? I think so. Is it on? I forget who. No, Tucker Carlson. I'm going to do a Tucker Carlson Tableau today. At some point. Not right away, though. Hedged Pooh talk. Well, that's what's on my mind today. I didn't really have much in the way of readings to do. I was going to do the kind of the one Tableau, since I didn't want to record them. Close that tab. There we go. And so Tucker with an F, yes. So I figured I'd do that one today. And shoot breeze, because I had some food questions. And I'll see not food questions for tarot, but food questions for the community. For some things I wanted to try to make, or experience at least. If I don't, Bucky and Tucky, if I don't make them, at least they are purchasable and so that's that. Oh. No bleach for me. More of a pine salt kind of person. Let's see, are these too big? Might work. Nope, too big. Too big. Well, not really. Yeah, it's too big. Okay, Cindy Lou, but then I may need some help here. I'm not going to cook on this stream or anything, but I do have some food questions. Mr. Clean, that's actually what I meant to say. That's what I use, the ones with the gain in it. Mm-hmm. Or the Febreze. I don't even know what original Mr. Clean smells like. There is such a thing. Bleach is kind of harsh. Makes me choke. I use it in the kitchen though, because that's where kitchen and the bathroom, but mainly in the kitchen. So my sort of first topic for the food talk is, wait, let me be petty for a second here. I don't know where it is anymore. Oh, over here. So did it freeze? Unfreeze. There it goes. I think. Stop freezing. I order you to stop freezing. Okay. Yeah, we're doing food talk today. We're doing food talk today. And then the Tableau later. So I want to talk Indian food. I've never had it. And there are a couple of places around here that serve it. But I know nothing about it. All I know about it is I don't care for the smell because the seasons are quite potent. But I figured there has to be something for a person like me to try who may not like it but wants to keep saying or wants to stop saying I don't like stuff when I've never had it. So because I'm that person. I don't like Indian food, but you've never had it, so try it. But I know my palate. It's not like, you know, I'm unaware. But the seasonings are a bit intense. So, but I figured there's a couple of places around here. Now, here's the thing, too. Don't have the vindaloo. See, I don't mind spicy so much. What I don't want is odd flavors. And what does that mean? I don't know. I just know what I mean, but I can't explain it to you. And so what's happened is there's a couple places around here, but it's on the Google reviews. The American sounding people or the American sounding names seem to like it, and the more ethnic names seem to not like it. And so I'm thinking it's one of two things. Either those who really know Indian cuisine say that this is garbage, and the people who are more Americanized are saying, oh, it's fantastic. But who do you trust in this situation? Because I have an American palate, but I also don't want to get something unauthentic at the same time. So there's a biryani corner, is what it's called, close to here, and it's heralds itself as fast food Indian food. So they have a sort of a fast food approach to Indian cuisine. And so I watched some videos on biryani, and it's okay. I can do rice even if it's got a bunch of seasonings in it other than salt and pepper. So, okay. Biryani seems like a safe choice. Then there is butter chicken. That's what I thought. Okay, we can. That seems safe. It's got a bunch of seasonings in it, and so this will kind of give you a little intro into Indian cuisine without going so far in to where you don't know exactly what this is or even how to pronounce it. So I'm trying to broaden my horizons, broaden my horizons, and step out of my usual. And so there's that. So that's my first sort of there's a Trader Joe's down the street too. Everything's down the street. And so here's the problem too. The first place, it doesn't have butter chicken on the menu, but when people take pictures of their food for the Google reviews, there's butter chicken there. So I don't know. The other place I think has it. Like I know for sure to get the naan bread. I like naan. I can do that. The dishes I was not so sure about. So I figured those two. I don't know about curry. I don't know anything about curry, what it tastes like, what curry tastes like. None of that. But I figured rice and chicken is a good place to start. So those were the safe place to start, I should say. Tandoori chicken. Okay. So wait. So butter chicken for sure. Biryani. Tandoori chicken. Because what I do when I go to the restaurants around here is I get a little bit of everything to try a little bit of everything. That way I can know whether or not to even come back and try something else. Okay, now if I get the ready-made, will that be the same, do you think? Because they sell a butter chicken sauce at the Target too. And I can always just use that in Japanese curry. There's a Japanese restaurant down the street too. Everything's down the street from here. It really is. Okay. Because I don't mind spicy, I should say. My thing is I don't know anything about cumin, and I know I don't like pimento seeds. Serve it over the rice, jasmine rice. I got jasmine rice too. I need to use all the darned long grain rice. Lord. Because there's this is a really huge, I wouldn't say huge, but yeah, there's a lot of Asian and Indian cuisine around here. And there is a huge Indian population in the place I live specifically. And so there's one Indian grocery store if I ever wanted to cook this stuff myself. Well, I ain't getting curry. Curry, I decided I ain't getting curry. I don't like the way curry smells at all. I mean, it could be different if it's Japanese curry, I guess. But when we lived in Florida, someone lived with us that cooks for a living, so they cook everything. And when they make curry, I'm like, oh, Lord, I got to go hide from this smell. So I know I don't like that. Well, no, I don't. I know I don't like the smell of that. That's not the same. I don't like the smell of Fritos, but I eat those too. So we'll see. But I know for sure I can do the biryani because it's down the street. The butter chicken seems like a hit and miss. Because there's one place that's only open when like closes in the middle of the day. It's one of those places. So it opens from like 11:30 to 2, and then it closes, and then it opens again at 5 or something like that. You know, I walk past the Subway practically every day. I Terra newbie, and I love the way it smells in there. Now, I don't go in there because I can't justify it because it's in the same shopping center as the grocery store. So if I'm going to spend money on a sandwich, you might as well buy the ingredients right. Wait. Pause. Now, what does curry taste like? Does it taste like curry to where you can't really compare it to something else because it's got its own distinct flavor, kind of like cinnamon tastes like cinnamon and nothing else? Or does it have a flavor you can describe to a person who's never had it? Yeah, I seen somebody making one, and of course you put your seasonings in the pan, like in a hot pan first. But I love Subway. I like the smell of Subway. This one here too is 24 hours. And you can't actually, you have to order at the kiosk. And so you don't actually order at the counter. You order at the kiosk, and then there's a person standing there, but you can't place an order with them. I read online. So you can't describe. So curry tastes like curry. That really tastes like something you can compare it to. Earthy, sweet taste. Okay. Now, here's another thing. Because is the curry seasoning, just like base curry, no additives. What is it called? Is it just called curry? Or will it be called like something curry or curry something? Or can I just walk in and find curry powder and then just that's what curry is? So if I went to buy curry powder, is it called curry powder? Me too, Julie. It's like it smells better than it tastes. Indian curry is harsh. See, that's the one that the guy would use, and it's just it's real different, and it smell. Doesn't look bad, but do we have an Asian store? We have a ethnic section in the grocery store. Then there's an Indian grocery store, Indian market within my 1 mile radius. Curry powder, okay. Because I know it's not just, of course, an Indian thing. A lot of Jamaicans use curry powder, and so I'm like, okay, is it different if, like, is the one that you find in, like, your Jamaican cuisines the same as the one in your Indian cuisines? You can buy Jamaican powder, or you can watch YouTube on how to make your own seasoning. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not really looking for curry at the moment. I'm just curious about it. Because I'm pretty sure it's in the grocery store that I go to all the time, because they have, like I said, ethnic sections. But at the same time, I don't know nothing about that. I've never been to Jimmy John's. I used to live right by one, but I never went in there. Now there's like 4 sandwich places right by the house, but there's 4 grocery stores too. So I can't justify it. $6 for one sandwich, or go in the grocery store and buy bread, cheese, and whatever. Yeah, curry, I'm sure, is an acquired taste. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But I'm trying not to be as close-minded as all that. See, here's the thing, too. To find out which one I prefer, I don't, in my head, I don't think I'm going to like none of it. But at the same time, I've never had any of it. And so I'm like, try it. I mean, at the most, what's going to happen? You're not going to like it, throw it away. You know, it wouldn't be the first time you didn't like something. So it's like, okay, just at least try. Try it and see what happens. If you don't like, back up. If you don't like curry, then don't get it again. But we're not going to start with curry. We're going to start with the butter chicken and the biryani. Now, I was watching this video. There was some Indian men. It's on BuzzFeed. It's like Indian men try other Indian men's butter chicken. But they live in England, I believe. And so they have the accent. And so every time they say butter chicken, they don't have the ER or even the TTER. They say butt chicken. It's what it sounds like. I seen the plant. Now you know I don't know nothing about plants, so I can't tell you. Chop it up. See, I mean, the worst gonna happen. The worst gonna happen. You'll see what happens, and you'll know not to do it again. So. You emailed me pics. All right. Then let's see. Because I don't want to make none of this. Because I watched Chef Jean-Pierre make butter chicken. And oh my God. I'm like, all these steps and marinating stuff for hours on end. And I'm like, child, please. That's too much work. Biryani looks like a lot of work too, because it's like layered rice. And it's like, no. If I cook anything, it's got to be simple. Got to be. Okay, let's see. Japanese curry. Sam, the cooking guy. Let me look it up now then. Oh, those are little takeaways. Okay. Japanese curry mix. So Lucky Girl, does he add this? Because this is sauce. Okay. So you add that to whatever you want to curryize. and then you okay. Okay. Because it's like the butter chicken sauce that's in the Walmart. Okay. Yeah, I'm not making biryani. That seemed like something you got to do when you know how to cook. we ain't there yet. You know, I tried that much of a chitlin one time, and it tastes like nothing to me at the time. And apparently you have to add, if you have to add hot sauce to something, then don't eat it. It should be an enhancement, not the whole flavor. So chitlins taste like nothing, then don't eat it. Let's just this computer is slow. Pardon me. Sam, the cooking guy. I'm trying to remember the name so I don't forget by the time this computer gets here. Because there's two people I watch cook. No, three. Andy Cooks is the channel name, and he cooks. He's in Australia, but he cooks a lot of things and makes it look easy. Grilling with AB, he cooks a lot of things, make it easy. And Chef Jean-Pierre. There's also Akis Petrozikis, but he cooks a lot of Greek food. I don't know nothing about that life though. Sam, was it Sam the cooking guy? God dang it, I lost it already. Sam, yes, Sam, the cooking guy. Let's see. Have I seen this channel before? I think I have, and so here's my thing too. I need to watch the video, like watch a video. My thing with the cooking channels is I want you to cook and not do voiceover cooking. Like if you're cooking live and I can see you doing it live, not live as in Um, exactly, lucky girl. If I can see you, at least doing it in real time, I should say it that way. I don't like people who film themselves cooking and then do the voiceover. That I don't know. I don't care for that. And so I have to watch the video to see if that's what's going on. Because Sam, the cooking guy, I'll keep that up here though to watch it when I get off of here. Akis Petrozikis, he cooks live. Andy cooks live, and Chef Jean-Pierre cook live. They don't do voiceover cooking, and so that's why I watch them. And then Grilling with AB, because he cooks everything I like, except fish. You don't really do that life. Okay, so that's the Indian part. So that's our Indian cuisine. I ain't going for the curry. I was just curious about the curry, but so thank you for that. I was in the grocery store looking at like, could I make an ossobuco? And I'm like, probably not, because the stores around here don't have the in particular cut of meat. But I could go to Whole Foods. They probably got it. It's probably $6,000. But if you're going to make ossobuco, then try it. Hi, Jen. So it's one of them things. So I don't know, because I just watched 2 recipes for ossobuco. I watched the Andy Cooks. He did one, and Chef Jean-Pierre did one too. And I'm like, well, it looks easy. It's basically stew with a fancy cut of meat. So I think I could do that. Because I don't mind food that takes a long time if I can put it in something and walk away from it. So if it takes a long time and I have to stand there the whole time, then it feels like work. Then I don't like it, because you have to enjoy it. And I'm not a person who enjoys cooking. It's like usually found in the early fall. Well, that's not a bad thing, because that's when the cold weather starts to set in. You want those stick to your bone type meals. That cereal. I looked again. It's on eBay for $9. It's not in Walmart at all. When I just go to the shopping part of Google, it says that it's not available anywhere nearby. And I'm like, I'll never get it. Yes. Yeah, Walmart delivers, but pull 3 cars to see if I should make the butter chicken. Okay. Oh, I love an oxtail too. Lucky girl, that is me. I went to the edible school of cooking. That's me. Walmart, yes, Walmart delivers, but it doesn't have it. It doesn't even have it on the website. It shows unavailable. Should I make the butter chicken? That's already, well, did you say butter chicken? Am I asking the wrong question? Yeah, butter chicken. No, because you don't know how. There's hope, but you'll need patience. Patience, and patience. And here's my thing. I was talking to Taro Newbie about this too. I'll have an idea, but I have very, very poor follow-through skills. And so it's like, yes, let's make the butter chicken. I'll go to the store, and if I go to the store and get all the stuff and put the chicken at the bottom of the refrigerator, then I have to do it. If I put it in the freezer, I'll never do it. And then the next time I take that chicken out, I'll end up having whatever else. So I have to force myself to do things. I have very poor follow-through skills. So it's one of those, oh yeah, let's make butter chicken because that sounds easy. No, that's not a good idea at all. So, but you have to have patience. If you have patience, you can do it. You can do anything if you have patience, but there's that. Okay, so the next thing is cassava flour or farofa. So I need to go try to find that because I wanted to make feijoada. Feijoada would be meat and beans, Brazilian style. And I have no idea. Mind you, Pat, mind you, I've never tried to find farofa or cassava flour. So I don't even know if anybody doesn't have it, but it doesn't seem like a thing that you commonly find. But again, I don't really know that. I should probably Google it. But so the feijoada is the meat and beans, basically. Black beans. I might substitute, but I can probably just use black beans. Black beans and meat and your farofa, cabbage, and orange. I'm speaking words. It's like words, loud noises. What are you saying? And so I watched two people make feijoada. And the first one, it seemed easy. The second one, I'm like, that's too many steps. Because here's another thing, too. I don't soak beans typically. You're supposed to. Of course, they double in size. And I'm going to try it anyway. Trial by error. I do things like that. Unfortunately, I don't plan, and that's part of that full energy, that full card leap of faith. Just jump in it and do it. I'm spontaneous. If I try to plan it, I ain't going to do it. And so you soak your beans. Now, here's the reason I don't soak them anymore is because the Ninja Foodie does all that stuff. And so I can just stick them in there, put them under pressure, and then they're right as rain. Or sit and soak them for a day and then use them the next day. I'm never going to do that. I already know I'm not going to do that. I'm not, that's how grown people cook. And that ain't what I do at all. I mean, if all else fails, I am a Gemini, yes. If all else fails, I can always order farofa. Like I do when I try to get the Wahoo chilies or the ancho chilies, which you would think would be everywhere, but they aren't. But there is a grocery store here that has a whole section of chilies. So, bye, Rose. So we'll see. But that's going to be the next thing. The Indian food, I'm going to go out for that. I just was curious on the whole making it process. But I'm going to go out for that because there's 2 Indian restaurants close to here. And going out for it means that I don't have to go through the trouble of making it just to not like it. So I don't mind buying it and throwing it away if I don't like it. So I'll go or maybe I should make friends with some of my neighbors. There's like 1,000 Indian families around me. I'm pretty sure one of them make butter chicken. I should go and buy that. That'll be my next thing. I'll tell you how that goes. And the biryani and butter chicken. After that, I'm going to try myself to make the feijoada because I'm pretty sure nobody around here sells it because there are no Brazilian restaurants around here. But well, I mean, I'm going to get him some too. So if he doesn't like it, then I ain't got nobody else to give it to. So I'll make the feijoada. I'll try to do that myself. Okay, well, actually, there is a Trader Joe's and Safeway and a Fred Meyer all close to me. So I could do that. I'm using the rice actually. I have been. I made a chicken dish the other day. I think did I bake it? What did I do? I forget. But I made a cream sauce chicken and rice is what I made. Is he adventurous? We pretty much eat the same thing except he eats fish. He's a lot healthier eater than I am. So he eats a lot more vegetables than I do. So we'll do that. Am I going to cook live? Probably not. Because there are other people in the house. And so probably not. If I could pronounce it, make it. So the next thing, or is there anybody? George Santos. George Santos invented feijoada. He probably sells farofa out of his house. So, go to his house, get you some cassava flour. It's probably got cocaine mixed into it, so maybe not. The next thing, is there anybody in here from Ghana? Possibly. Because my analytics says I do have people from Ghana who watch me. So is there anybody from Ghana that can tell me, if I make wache, what kind of leaves do I use? Wache is basically rice and beans too, but you can put other things with it, your shito and all that type of stuff. But the rice and beans turn like a reddish color, but you have to use leaves. And I don't know what kind of leaves would turn something a reddish color, because I didn't actually look up the recipe. I saw somebody make it, and they use leaves, but I don't know what those are. I'm not a horticultural genius though. Hi, Coleon. So I don't know what. I should just look it up. Maybe that'll answer my own question. Because she didn't have the what you call it listed either. Wache. Recipe. Let's see. Fast and easy Ghanaian wache. Okay. Sorghum leaf. I don't know what that is. Red dry sorghum leaf. SORGHUM. Or you can use the stalks too. What the heck is sorghum leaves? I don't know what that is. I'm pretty sure I can find it somewhere, but because there's definitely no African supply stores. Ain't that kind of neighborhood, unfortunately. Let's see. Wache leaves. Oh, Amazon first thing pop up $15. No. What does that even taste like, I wonder? $16. $15.99 to $16. $15.99 to $17, actually. It's grown here in the U.S. Sorghum molasses leaves. Okay. Okay, then that should be findable, you would think, right? Etsy got it. I wonder from Etsy. Because I got packs of it. No grocery store by me, though. Walmart delivers. Etsy delivers. eBay. Sorghum flour. Or whole grain. That's what that says, not flour. No store by me has it. It's all online. Nuts.com. I just ordered this from nuts.com. These are pecan clusters. And Sweet Mary and Joseph, they good. They're not, so I used to go to this store. Oh, lucky girl, I'm punching in the face. I used to go to this store. It was a candy store called Candyopolis back in the day. And $15.99, yes. And they used to sell pecan clusters, but they were like this big. And they were the best on earth because they had like a chocolate buttery taste to it. These are still good, and they're very, very fresh. Hi, Beatrice. They're very fresh. They're very soft, like the pecan is soft. The chocolate is soft. The caramel is good. There's no butter taste to it, though, so it's a little... Like the big giant ones, they're like 10 out of 10. These are like 8 out of 10. So they're still good, though. They're still worth it. No wache leaves, though. Or not wache leaves, but leaves for wache. Okay, so we'll skip that. We'll skip that. Because am I going to remember to look for that? No. See, I don't know if I like curry. I'm not going for the curry just yet. We're going to first try the butter chicken and the biryani, since butter chicken, yes, does have curry in it. And so we'll go for that. And after that, we'll see what happens. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's ask, will I like it? Well, I like the Indian food. Feshwada is meat and beans. I like that. It's like you give, like wache is meat and beans, or not meat and beans. You can put meat in it too. Put your lamb or chicken or whatever. But it's rice and beans. It's like in the Caribbean with peas and rice, or rice and peas. Rice and peas is still rice and beans. So you can give it a different name, but beans and rice is still beans and rice. Just cook it differently. In the South, we use, beans, rice. You can put some smoked turkey in there if you don't like pork, or you can put some salt pork in there if you want. Give it some flavor. Cornbread, and that's it. There's your rice and beans. But in the Caribbean, the rice and peas has coconut in it, or coconut cream. So it's a little different. Even though it's still rice and beans, it's a little different. And the feijoada has more of a sauce to it too, and it's got sausage in it. So it's a little different, but it's still rice and beans. Well, I like it. Some parts, yeah, there may be something that stands out a little too much. So maybe it's not so much of will you like it, will you like theirs is probably a more appropriate question, because I don't think the flavor itself is a horrible thing. I think theirs may be the problem, because you have something here that you do like with the strength card, but the hangman says perspective change, because there's a battle in the end. So you may not like what you get from that in particular place, but it's not going to be the worst. So that's encouraging. Samosas, I did watch a video on that too. So if I can find a place that has that too, then I'll try it. Because like I say, when I go to that restaurant, I'm going to try a little bit of everything. Well, not a little bit of everything, but I'm going to get the butter chicken, the biryani, the samosas, the naan, and was one other thing. I think a tandoori something. So that's what I'll try. Okay. That's all the food news I had. You know, there's a fresh market somewhere close to here. There's a New Seasons. I don't know. I think there is a New Seasons. There's a New Seasons down the street, but I think we have a fresh market too. Anyway, so I was going to do Tucker with an F, Carlson. That's what we're going to do. We're having burritos today. That's what's on the menu today. That and pecan clusters. Because you can't leave that out. Okay, Tucker with an F. What's going on in thou life? There's some decisions need to be made. You are quite confused about how this is going to end. So already, what we need to be focused on is decision making for the next however long this Tableau goes for, usually a month or so. This is telling you to step back and assess, actually. So let's see. Ooh. Hi, sunflower. I'm okay with the spicy part. I like some spice. I mean, I'm not going ghost pepper spicy, but I do like spice. Or what's is it Carolina Reaper? Is that the hottest one right now? I don't know nothing about that life. All right, are we in frame? We're in frame. So we start with the Lovers, the Eight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, and the Moon. We're having some separation of relationships here, and if you go into House Lovers, there's Three of Pentacles. So we're dealing with possibly a business relationship. Because it has something to do with time and money. This is a new thing also with the technology. So maybe the tapes and stuff that you had going on, and there's a man connected to that too. House Wheel of Fortune, there's a man with the technology. There's something here about alliances being split because of that technology. There's some illumination upon your boss too, the Emperor, because there's an investigation with the Emperor because he's in House Hermit. So some illumination with the boss, and then here with the Hierophant, there's the Moon. There is something governmental that is being covered up. And so you as a media figure should not have such a chummy relationship with Kevin McCarthy, but you do. So there's something within the government that has a little bit more layers than we currently see. Because the Moon shows you the surface and tells you that's the answer. Oh, I love Tabasco and smoked chipotle. So they tell you that's the answer when you look on the surface. But the moon card is telling you, no, don't just look at the surface, look underneath. Because there's something, the answer is underneath, not on the surface. So splitting of alliances over time as well will shed light on something that's being hidden. So once there's some separation starting, they will begin to look into whatever this is. The Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Emperor, and the King of Swords, there is a collaboration for theft and bullying, some abuse of power, because the Emperor is power, and then this is abuse of power by a man here too. These are different walks of life. In the Three of Pentacles, this little garment is called a lyre pipe. This is a monk, you see by the haircut, and then this is the tradesman. So you have the academic, the religious figure, and then the tradesman. So you have people of different walks of life coming together to do one thing. So this could be your Tucker, your Kevin, and your one other person. So there's something here about trying to steal and abuse power. You're collaborating with someone to steal and abuse power. I mean, you know, not that that's a surprise or anything, but this is extreme abuse because here is the Five of Swords is in-house strength. So the Five of Swords is already a bully, and then use in-house strength too. So there is some extreme bullying or extreme abuse of power, egregious abuse of power, which tells me you had opposition, which also tells me that there might be some whistleblowing. Because if you were just a bully and getting your way, this card can appear somewhere else. But this is you working with someone in the stealing to abuse power and sort of run roughshod over people. The Seven of Swords is in-house chariot too. So there's pulling some opposites together. Again, different walks of life. There's one other person here too. Maybe it's Rupert, because there's a boss here. And then there's Kevin McCarthy, because he's the one who gave you the technology. So maybe it's you, him, and him. Extreme abuse of power. Egregious abuse of power. But there's an investigation into this man, to this boss, and then this person is surrounded by technology. The Page of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Death, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Cups. There also may be some sort of request for questioning too that you are able to duck and miss. Because here, the Page of Pentacles is a document that has something to do with resources, or this could be you getting something in the mail that is resourceful or is a resource like that technology. You getting something in the mail, because this is also in-house justice. So this also means you may be getting a request for questioning or something like that. Or you might get a lawsuit, because the Page of Pentacles is documents, news that has something to do with property or something financial in stake. And it doesn't always have to be money. It can be an inventory list on, you know, your crops or whatever. It's this piece of paper or this news has resources attached to it. And so it could be something like a lawsuit, since it's in-house justice. Like someone is delivering to you papers that say we request money from you, or we're trying to take money from you, or something like that. So yes, getting served. Definitely there. The Five of Pentacles, the Death. So here with the documents, it's surrounded around loss. You know, I was going to say this too, and I thought, no, not really. That doesn't make sense, but it could be. There's some manipulation around health. I don't know if, because the Five of Pentacles is disease for me, because the people in the card have leprosy. And so this is the card for disease. This is also in-house Hangman. Up here, in-house Wheel of Fortune, the Empress. Empress governs the body for me too, because this is the one that gives birth to life. It has command over life. And then in the good health card, which would be strength, is defeat. There's something around, what is the first card in the second row? 3 of Pentacles. There's something around health manipulation that may get you into some sort of trouble too. So I don't know if it's when you talking about COVID numbers, or if you, or information that may come out that maybe a script was given to you about how to talk about COVID or how to talk about diseases or something like that. So there may be some information leaked or information that's coming out, because death is in house death. And there could also be something around that too. Around death, around health numbers with the Wheel of Fortune too. There could be something in health records too. The Wheel of Fortune governs records. There could be something around that about how you manipulated information, how you manipulated health related information too, at the request of some other person. And the Page of Swords in House Temperance, that again lies around medicine, because Temperance is the alchemy card. So there could be lies around medicine. The Page of Swords is a liar. So that lying could be talking about that too, and around healthcare and around medicine, around that type of thing. But again, I think there's some sort of request for questioning that you are able to skirt, because the 3 of Cups is here. There's a celebration also within the community too. So I don't know if this has some also to do with the Dominion lawsuit, but you're able to get away with something here personally. You and your community, or you and your group. It's in House Devil too. The Knight of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the Tower, the Justice. There is a person here that they may do a bit of salacious gossip, and it's not me for once, but there's something about revelations about Tucker and maybe his past and things like that. They're doing a lot of gossiping and a lot of talk. Not that it's not true, but the story is deeper than what they're sharing with us. I'll say it that way. So it may not be, they can say, oh, Tucker, they have a picture of him dressed in drag or something. Meanwhile, he was passed out and they dressed him up. So it's a cute story, but there's a little bit more to it than that, just to try to be fair, I guess. I don't know. But there's a guy here with some Tucker stories. There's also a gift here too. King of Pentacles and House Star. There is a gift someone gave you. That gift is a resource of some sort that may have something to do with loss reports or health. This was given to you specifically. So this was not given to the corporation. This was given to you specifically. And that cost money, whatever it was. Hi, Kelly. The 5 of Cups, the Tower, and the Justice. There will be some there is a lot of regret and devastation around a legal thing here that comes back. So it loops around or repeats. So maybe this is a kick in the pants from Dominion and then another kick in the pants from Smartmatic. So something repeats in the justice system. Page of Pentacles and House Justice. So you get served again. You have another legal issue, and they may look similar, because in the house judgment is resurrection. So something that comes back from the past, but it doesn't look any different than, or doesn't look completely different than what was once here. So You're going to have some devastation there, and the tower is in house sun. So there is also a lot of exposure, which when you come back up to here, there's exposure of something that's covered up. So this is going to be a lot of revelations for the tuck with the F coming forward here. A lot, because these are two different things. Tower and house sun is forced exposure. This looks more like a leak because the sun illuminates. You cannot hide things in the light. Now the moon wants to obscure. It wants to cover up. So when you have exposure of the moon, then there's almost, it's almost, to give an example, if you were to, like if you had a gun in your pocket and you were going to go do something nefarious and you're walking past a person and they bump into you and the gun falls out. That would be covering up something here, but it gets exposed because you can't hide anything in the light. This is you getting your door kicked in and raided because it's forced exposure. Kind of like the, what's that food, Tom Stone, whatever his name is, with the Nixon back, when they just barge into his house and say, hey, what you got to eat? Got some tandoori? So there's like forced exposure here. And it has a legal consequence too. The world, the ending, Roger's down, thank you. The endings here don't end. So whatever you're trying to successfully complete after this month is over, it doesn't happen. Felicia Stone, because here with the 7 of Cups, you're not sure what to do, which is how you started. So advice from me to you is don't do stupid stuff, and stupid stuff won't happen. Then you won't have these decisions to make. Anywho, so the Lovers, the 3 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups, there is a gift again, but this is different. This comes from a loved one, not necessarily relationship, but this is romantic in nature, though. So is he married? If he ain't, then there's that. And if he is, then there's some sort of gift that's being created for him, like they're making him something. Not that that has, Tableau is not necessarily politically based, but there's a gift from a loved one, and it's romantic in nature. It's being crafted though. So there's that. Maybe they're making him something for him to wear on TV. Who knows? The 8 of Cups is 7 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So there is an escape. Because the 7 of Swords is sneaking out the back. There's an escape of some sort for loss of money. So I don't know if he's being sued personally by Smartmatic and Dominion, but he may be able to skirt away with not paying anything. Some way, somehow. Because here, the 8 of Cups, that's abandonment. The 7 of Swords is a spy. So I'm getting escape. Someone escaping. The 5 of Pentacles, poverty. And the King of Pentacles, you sit pretty. So he may be able, hi Marby, he may be able to get away with not paying something here. I don't know exactly what, but he gets away. It's a scheme though. He did lie and steal something, but he's getting away with that. The Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Swords, the Death, and the 5 of Cups. Someone may be ill around him, and that's going to take a toll coming forward here too. Knight of Cups and Hell's Tower, there could be a surprise, pleasant surprise too. But here, this is mourning. Death and 5 of Cups is already mourning. Then death, defeat, overtime. So there's a loss to something or someone, but this is something they see coming. So it's not a surprise thing. So I don't know if there's someone ill in the hospital or ill around him, but that may be coming to a close there. The Sun, the Emperor, the Page of Swords, and the Tower. There is a leaker in Fox somewhere. Could be a vindictive person too, even though the Queen of Swords is more vindictive. But this is a person with lashing out issues. They have behavioral issues. So the Sun, there's a successful boss with a temper, but also with someone here that is going to lash out. So that may be where this comes from too. This not forced exposure, but the leaking of information. Okay, well, we'll see. The Moon, the King of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Justice. There may be some lawyer shopping too. The Moon, again, covering up something with this man here for a community. It's got to have a legal consequence, though. There's destroying something with the person here, too. With the Death, the Tower, the Seven of Swords, and the Lovers. I don't know if he's destroying evidence, but there's destroying something that was stolen. There's some defeat coming your way, too, around this man. Where would I look for his job? Let's see. Job would be your Emperor. There's success there still. But there's some separation here, some defeat. But it's sudden defeat. So I don't think that he is getting fired, but there's some sudden defeat around this man, though, around this boss. So maybe that's the fracture of a relationship, or I don't know. Because as far as your relationship cards, they're in good positions, because this is in-house magician, which is the skilled, talent, and powerful ones that you're in alliance with. But there's something here around this man. So I don't know, is his father ill? Because there's some defeat in a relationship and it's sudden. So there's that. And some huge changes causing you to walk away from possibly those tapes or something. Too bad we can't do that here, because it's propaganda TV and it's actually dangerous. It's a public health concern, if you ask me, because it's a public mental health concern. Let's see. Is he married? Does anybody know? Because if he is, this person's a thief too. And if he ain't, then, or if he is, they're either a thief or he's sneaking around. Because this is romance, wit, and charm. This is sneaky. He is married. Well, somebody's doing some sneaky reeky right here. They're either a thief or they're sneaking around. But I don't get this as a woman. I get this as a date. So this could be an outside woman or a mistress or something like that. But there's some sneaking. Because this is romance, wit, and charm. Sneaking. Or he's lying about a romance or lying about somebody else's romance. But there's that. Because he is a liar, for sure. Not that we didn't know that, but Page of Swords, Moon. He's lying about another relationship here, too. Page of Swords, Three of Cups, some sort of celebration or party up to the moon. Him and some guy went partying. Not in a romantic sense, but there's a party here. So there could be like one of those business lunches to where hey, what can I steal and how can you help me do it type of thing. But it was all about lies and deception. I really think there's a death around him. There's some legal papers around it too. Just from illness, though, I think. Not anything nefarious. Let's see. What else? I think that's all. I'm sure it's not all, but that's all I see. That's what I get. Where's that? So I was talking to Tarot Newbie about starting another channel, which I'm not going to do. I say that now, but spontaneity has a way of making me do things. Thank you, Lois. It has a way with BOLOGNA, but it has a way. And so my question, before I retire, my question, should I start a second channel? So here's what the second channel's sort of modus operandi is. I was going to do the Tableau spreads, but for the zodiac signs. And like I said, it's a whole separate channel, so it's not here. And because sometimes I want to do things that have nothing to do with 82 and is the father. Okay, so he's father. Okay, he does have the father still. So he's still alive. There's somebody ill around him now. I wanted to do readings that didn't have anything to do with the news. Even good news, bad news, weird news, because, you know, I don't just do political. I do news stories that catch my interest. And so I just do that. So I was like, should I do it? Every time I do a reading, it says no. So I'm going to ask again. Because the Tableau spread is interesting. And I like using it. It takes a lot of brain power to do. And that's 12 or 13 zodiac signs to try to do. And so that's a lot. I mean, I don't have to do it all in one day, but still a lot. And it's a commitment. And I don't know if I want to do that. Let's see. Queen of Cups. I mean, reading over already. This is card of self-discipline, and I don't have that. This is the nurturer. If you can nurture this and make it worth it, self-discipline, then do it. Otherwise, what's the point? Three of Swords, no. Four of Swords, no. Death card, in the world, because it'll come to an end because there's like a retreat from it. It's not one that no. I mean, here's the thing. You can do it, but you don't want to keep doing it is the problem. Because I'll get bored. I'll get whatever. I don't feel like it. It'll be too inconsistent. And then I won't do it anymore. I'm probably going to do it anyway because I make my own life hard. But, but there's that. Okay. That was the Tucker with the F. Should we do one more Tableau on who? We can do one more. And then it's burrito time. Should probably do an update on Biden too one day. I don't do, I haven't done any things on Cohen. That'd be interesting. I don't have anything I want to know. Bonnie Wilson, too. Or Willis Wilson. We should try to get Stormy Daniels to come do a live stream. She reads oracle cards too. We should try to get her to do a live stream. I'm not doing nothing on that jab turkey oven. If I do anything on Mitch McConnell, it's going to be witchcraft and voodoo. That's it. That son of a mother. Okay, so who should we do? Oh, that cow. Can't stand Lindsay. Let's do Fonnie Willis. I haven't done anything, barely, on her because it's kind of all been Letitia. But let's go. We'll try to keep it politically centered, maybe. Let's see. Two of Cups agreements and the Seven of Wands defense higher ground. Okay. So burdened already around the things you can and can't do with the magician, house magician. There's going to be some new alliances and new meetings successfully here with the Two of Cups and House Fool. So burden, ending, time, and then two women here. So there's a burden being put upon, maybe some release of that burden, but it's over time. So something you're working on becomes way too hard and it kind of fizzles out and dies. So this could be your lawsuit or your case against the Dons. There's something, because they are trying to block it, of course. This is Fonnie Willis, isn't it? Willis. So I keep saying Wilson. Willis. It's on her in Georgia. So there's some burden upon her here, and then some ending. High Priestess too. So whatever her position and her power is, because the High Priestess is also a position, because that's the Popess, there's some ending here. And over time, you have a chance for some sort of rekindling of that here, but it's one of those things that weakens right here in the beginning. The Hermit, the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Swords. There's an investigation into a company or corporation too, so I don't know what else she has going on down in there. With the Queen of Wands here, there may be some sort of judgment around her work or offices that gets defeated. So she's just about to face a lot of opposition in these next few weeks. A lot. A whole lot. A whole bunch, a lot. Because here it starts with burden and loss. And then this row is nothing but someone, because I don't know who is behind this, but if she's investigating some sort of company or digging into the files of some sort of company or something like that, they're also strengthening a campaign to weaken her office, because around her work it gets defeated. And then again back to here, there's defeat. There's a new defeat, because this is in house Empress, so it's brand new defeat. Empress is in house Death, so there's an ending to something that she's been working on, some defeat. And all of the queens are present, so there's also a woman here who is also working against you. House Devil, there's a woman here working against you. There's two women here working in your favor, but these two women are working against you. These two work for you or working for you. This is you, but this one is helping you. These two are not. But there's a lot of defeat coming her way. It doesn't stick, but it's still defeat. The Magician, house Justice, that's where your burden comes from. It's justice, where the burden is around justice, so it's around cases. But you do have a lot of skill, talent, and power. You're just going to have to wait. I think we did this on the Sunday. I said she had the 8 of Swords in her word of solace. And so the Hangman in house Hangman is stuck, stagnant, but perspective. So what needs to happen is she has to receive the results of the defeat of her momentum, not her case, her momentum. Then she has to find a way to work around that. And that's where the enlightenment comes from, and that's where the 8 of Swords mentality comes from too. You're not technically stuck, you just seem like it is. It just seems like you're stuck, because you don't really see the way out. But all you really need to do is sacrifice a little time for some enlightenment. Boom, you got it. So here, the Magician, the Hangman, the Empress, the Page of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. There's some stuck and stagnant info or energy. But something new comes to pass here around this woman. So this woman stands in the way. She's in House Devil, but there's something to fight her with, though. So she's not the greatest obstacle in the world at all. Because whoever this person is, the new alliance, they help you out tremendously, but it's a time thing. Because they could just be trying to run out the clock. You do get pleasant surprises, though. The Page of Cups is in House Temperance, so whoever it is you're working with does a lot for you. So whoever this woman is, buy her some flowers after all this is done, because she's going to help tremendously, because these two people here are standing against you. Four of Pentacles, the Moon, the Five of Wands. I wonder if there is some sort of, I don't know how this works. Because the Four of Pentacles is in House Tower. It's almost like the seizing of something, because this is trying to hold on and the Tower blows it open. So I don't know if someone is trying to audit your cases or try to take your information for leaking purposes or trying to inform the other side type of thing. But someone is trying to hurt the case by taking the information. So it's almost kind of like the Mueller thing, to where, okay, turn over what you have and we'll see what we got. And then you just end the whole thing. So it feels kind of like that type of energy, to where she is trying to sequester this info and then someone is trying to rip it open. Because here you have the Moon, the Treachery, the Fight, the Six of Cups, someone from the past, and then it's in House Sun, so we know who this person is, and the World and House Judgment. So it repeats, two cards of past and repeat. So this may have been done before in this state, not necessarily just to her, but may have been done before. So there could be a precedent for this type of behavior, to where if we don't like the way it's going, especially if this entity up here is behind trying to stop some of her momentum in Georgia specifically, then, or in their district, then these people are coming back from the past. The tactic is to, Lord. I think they're going to accomplish at least the halting of momentum. She successfully defends in the end. So this kind of all works out in the end, but in the end, she's got to go through all this mushigas first. Here's the thing I don't have is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a transition through troubled times. This is more of a fight. Five of Wands in House Moon, because Moon covers up things. Moon in House Star. The future is uncertain. So all she really needs is a plan. And that's really it. Plan and advice. And that's what the Queen of Swords is perfect for. Because the Queen of Swords has lived life in the tarot, and so she knows what to tell you. So I don't know if she has a mentor, if she has a person who can do some moving and shaking that's not public. This person has a lot of advice, and that's all she really needs here. I mean, it sounds simple, but that's really what she needs. Because again, I don't have Six of Swords. Six of Swords is a troubled transition. Carry a lot of baggage. You do get to move forward, but you have to go through all the garbage first. This is still just a fight, which means she's still in it. There is nothing to shy away from. But you have to settle the chaos, settle the smoke. Put all the pieces, because here's the thing, here's the lesson of the Ten of Wands, which is how it all started and how she needs to look at her situation. The Ten of Wands, you cannot effectively carry the Ten of Wands like this. This is a burden. It's a burden on your back, burden on your energy, confidence, everything. Let it fall. Let all 10 sticks fall. Then you reassess. and say, okay, let me put them all together, wrap it up in something, put it on my shoulder. Let me get a wheelbarrow. Let me take one at a time. Let me get some help. Let me do something other than this. Now, this is typical because the way it usually happens is you get one stick and you're fine. And then you get another. And then it's okay, I'm still fine. And then you get another. And then you get another. And so instead of coming up with the plan to carry them all, because all you were carrying was one, now you have to adjust to carry them all. And so the more and more you get, the harder and harder it is because you were not prepared for all of that. And so what she needs to do is just let them all fall and then reassess her situation. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sunflower. And just go from there. Because this ain't going to get no prettier. But this can be dealt with a plan, a smart plan, which is, again, Queen of Swords, strategy. Because bad people win when good people give up necessarily. So, not just do nothing. So, just needs a plan. She defeats this woman eventually, comes to a close. And this woman is a person she knew. I'm thinking more mentor with that 6 of Cups down there. So this is a person, not mentor as in she's way older or anything, just a person who has given her some really, really, really sound advice. And so this person's worked with her for something or on something. So she's giving really sound advice. This person is very trusted as well. And so even if we have no idea who that is, very, very, very trusted. She is very sharp in her position. Queen of Swords and House Emperor. She's very sharp in her position. Hi, Lynn. The Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Wands, the Empress, and the 5 of Wands. This woman is fighting. She's going to start something here. Again, these two people are against her. So she's fighting this woman over records or something like that. She may be more of in a judge role or like a district court or something like that. So she may be a little harder to fight, but it's not impossible either. There was some sort of ending to a company. I don't know what the company is, though. Company, organization, something like that, that she was trying to fine or sue or something like that. And they're covering something up. They've halted progress and covered something up. But she was trying to bring an ending for them, a loss for them. And then they played the bureaucracy card and pulled some political strings. But the burden is around keeping information. Isolation, isolation. When you see black on the clothes of a person in the tarot, that means isolation. Not necessarily in sadness, but just isolating from something. And so isolation, isolation. She is trying to keep something under wraps, and that's causing a burden too. Because for Pentacles, again, is in House Tower. Tower blows things open. Upheaval, forced exposure. So maybe trying to hurt her case by leaking something or telling the opposition here that this is what she's doing or this is what she's working on. Giving somebody her playbook, basically. But she can do it. It's just going to be very difficult. But we shall see. Got a good alliance here too. Some new person. That's not her. This one she knows already. This person's new. They bring a lot of good energy too. It's a business thing. I don't understand corruption. I really don't. I was watching Wonder Woman. I've never seen the movie, the new one or the newest one they made or whatever. So I was watching that, and spoiler alert, one of the premises of the movie is Wonder Woman, Diana, was hunting Ares, the god of war, because he was the source of war. And if she just killed Ares, then the war would stop. And she killed Ares, and the war didn't stop. Because in each person lies some good and lies some evil. And I don't understand the appeal of the evil part. I understand how, again, muscle memory, how they do it, but I don't get the appeal. It's not a clean energy. It's not a good energy. It's nasty. Anyway. It keeps going. It's never defeated, but I don't get why you want to be nasty. I can't fathom waking up and going to work to Fox News and telling lies every day. I can't fathom being Santos and stealing from people. I can't. That boggles my brain cells. It really does. Ain't got but 8 of them, and you really messing with me right now. I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't. It'll still live. You're the Queen of Pentacles in my deck, which means you're an Earth Mother. So plants and animals will like you. Queen of Cups is the nurturer of people. The Queen of Pentacles is the nurturer of nature. So they'll be fine. I love trees. I love grass. I would never fathom putting my hands in dirt, though. I just don't like that. Okay, one reading, because I got to go. It's burrito time. It's 8 o'clock here. It's 8 o'clock. One reading for us. We use the rune cards this time. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to use the rune card. Somebody sent me, and I'll put her information in the description too. Here's what I'm trying to do. Those out there. So here's my idea. Here's my idea. Say it slow. Donna E. McDonald, because I couldn't say that fast. The Monte Cristo, if you know, you know, you missed it. The idea that I had is to highlight people who make their own decks, basically. So what I wanted to do, let me get the other one too. Where it is. Okay, so my idea, again, was to bring the creators of these decks onto the channel and then have them explain, the process and how they did it and what the cards mean, and, just have a conversation about their creation. This one was Mary Ann Sickley. She made a oracle deck called Make Room for Good, to where she took her paintings and made a oracle deck. And so you don't need a book with it or anything, because she explains. And I use these on my Church of Apprentice videos. So that's the plan. That's what I want to do. I've already contacted both of them and so forth and so forth. And so this one was sent to me. And this one is called Message from Dog. And she's got a book with it and everything. She wrote the book, and the artist is Susan Lyon. But there's the deck. And so, like wrinkles happen, allow them to be part of the ideal plan. So it's a neat deck. It's all about the dog. So I'll pull one from each one. How about that? And then that'll be our reading. And then it's burrito time. Let's see. One here. Make room for good. And the message from Dog. I think so, Tarot. Make room for dog. Not make room for dog. Let's see. It's time to go. I'm mixing up all my words now. Message from Dog. Make room for dog. Make room for good. Oh, came back again. Musicians. Time for music, compose, play an instrument, sing, or just listen. Can you slow down and take some time for music? So the reason I went live tonight is because I felt motivated to do so, because I was listening to music for the past 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, I actually have some energy. I have some motivation. My vibration is high. And so when you feel a little slug, a little slow, a little kick in the pants is needed, so don't actually look for a boot. Put on the song or two. Any kind of song, especially one you want to sing along to or maybe have a foot tapping moment. Put it on. Get that motivation. There's something magical about music. If we really think about it, why does it make us feel anything? And so there's that. That was the greatest gift God gave to man, so they say. All right. Shine a light on the situation. Darkness cannot hide in the light. Self-explanatory. Whatever it is, shine a light on the situation. Find your inspiration. Whatever it is, find your inspiration. Find your spark. Use that thing. Don't be discouraged by whatever. Remember I said yesterday, panic does not help anything ever. Slow down, assess, find the inspiration for the information. That is my message today. Thank y'all for coming out, hanging with me for 2 whole hours almost. It's a lightweight, huh? No more 5-hour live streams, huh? But I'm going to go, and I probably won't be live anymore this week. What is today? Wednesday, no. Thursday is not good. And Friday is the class, and Saturday is the class, and Sunday is the live stream. So I will see y'all on Sunday, and then I'll see some of y'all in class on Friday. Bye-bye.